Hello, recruitment tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest II, the remake for the Super Nintendo with a fan translation, with me, BlueAnkylo. In our last episode, episode 1, we just left our first kingdom, got a couple levels up, bought ourselves some very basic gear, and we're kind of looking for our cousin. I guess his name is Rolando for now, but he wasn't at home, he wasn't in his castle, and I've been told to travel further north to perhaps find the Spring of Bravery. But of course, we'll be waylaid by monsters on the way over. But luckily, we've had some pretty good level ups, so we're doing lots of damage. We didn't have to buy any new weapons or anything. I think the Rad is the most dangerous, but we'll see. He still only did 1 damage, so... yeah, looks like our main character is doing very well as far as just sort of naturally becoming strong. Also, a free healing herb, that is not bad. I'm assuming this is the correct direction. I'm not 100% honestly. The Babbles are bad because they can poison you, so let's see if we can kill them before that happens. They also deal a lot more damage and have more HP, so this is where we're hitting our limits here a little bit. Too many Babbles will drain our resources really quickly. Now, if we can kill them without getting poisoned, I'll still consider this a success. So that was good. And lots of experience, so I mean, that's always nice. But yeah, we're definitely going to need to use medical herbs in between those fights. Also, I need to remember to move the lottery tickets into my, whatchamacallit, my storage vault. And also run away if things get too difficult over here. But I'm pretty sure this is the right direction. So it looks like the rats do a little bit more damage than the drakeys. Like 1 to 3 damage rather than just 1. So it's good to target them first right now. That's all good. Alright, Babble fight number 2. Oh, got a lucky sort of evasion, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Seriously. We're going to be burning through these medical herbs. Maybe I should go back to town? Like, I'm not even at the cave, I'm not even at the dungeon, and we're going to be running pretty low on healing. I guess I could try to flee, but I don't see that being terribly promising. Use another herb. How much are these healing us anyway? 17 to 20 hit points? That's not very much. Yeah, it's not even half of our total. Alright, well, I don't think this is a super difficult dungeon, but we'll see. I've only got a couple more spare heals, so... Maybe we'll get some good treasure. This should be okay, no big deal. Nothing scary in this group. I would expect the Babbles are probably the worst enemy we're going to fight in this dungeon, so... as long as we don't run into too many, and maybe if I find like a large group, I should just run. Unless we get a bunch of strength. That is the opposite of a bunch of strength. Alright, we had our good level ups early, and then level 5 was rather lackluster. I'm just gonna take these normal fights. Now, I wouldn't expect us to get to level 6 in this dungeon, but if we can survive enough Babbles, because they give so much experience, you know, maybe. I don't know. Oh, good. That's kind of what I needed, honestly. Alright, let's do a little bit of super speed here. Nothing to see here, folks. Just some... I suppose what I should do is keep my HP closer to the limit, just in case I get ambushed. I don't know for sure if we can get enemy strikes first in this game, but if they can, and it's a bunch of Babbles, we'll be hurting. At least against normal enemies, we'll just speed through because they're already pretty easy. So this is something Dragon Quest II does a lot for dungeons. It's just screen transitions that you can't see past. No need for torches anymore, but lots of these sort of hidden room panel kind of things. Lots of gold, that's nice. I also think... I don't think you have to worry about hidden walls in this one, although... At least not early on in the game, but like later on in the game you might want to check a couple of these sort of mysterious dead ends, but like... I think at least for the early game we're okay. It's not till way later where they get really sneaky dungeon design. So for now we can just, you know, use our eyes to navigate, basically. Yeah, the encounter rate's gonna do what it does. We would definitely be taking less damage if we grinded up for the chainmail, but I think that would have taken too long. 330 gold is a lot at this early point. So if I remember correctly, and it's been a while since I've played, I believe the prince will be sort of following the north path here, but I'm doing some side exploration. And maybe he's... Oh, what's this? Did you know that you can purify your body in the Spring of Bravery? I mean, no, I didn't. That's too bad. Seek out the spring. It's Laurasia's tradition that traveling fighters visit the spring. Can I just heal up here in your bed? He built a bed in the middle of a cave filled with monsters. Of course you can't rest up. One rat. No big deal. Although it's pretty much time for another healing herb. That puts us down to 2 spares, which is barely enough to get back to the last town if we had to run. Well, we would stop fighting enemies, I guess. I would just start fleeing. If I have to use one more medical herb, I'll probably start running from random encounters. Just because the encounter rate is kind of going nuts here. Actually, you know, more than the chainmail, the chain whip would have really made this a lot easier for these groups of 3. We probably could just kill them all in one attack. Also, maybe this is all you have to do. Not a very big dungeon. You found the antidote. Good. Well, now we've got 2 spares. Alright, I'm feeling pretty confident. We haven't seen any babbles down here, so... It's actually safer in the cave than it is on the overworld. Hey, old man that lives in a creepy cave. Welcome to the Spring of Bravery. Soak your body in these waters, and seek the guidance of the great Erdrick. May Erdrick's protection be bestowed upon the hero. By the way, are you here looking for the Prince of Sumaltria? Why, yes. He did come here alone. The prince asked about a descendant of Roto that he might join. By now, he ought to be headed for Laurasia Castle. Now, did that actually heal us? It did, so I think you can just get a full heal down here if you're having a hard time. So you could level grind, free healing, and relatively easy combat. Well, we're not going to do that, but I mean, maybe you could have saved 1 medical herb and just rushed down here and got free heals. Hey, we did get level 6. Not a lot of strength again, but a little bit more defense points. Alright, so basically our new quest, in case you missed it, is to try and figure out where the Prince Rolando has gone. I guess we just missed him. It's not my favorite starting quest for a Dragon Quest game. I'm pretty sure it's just designed to get you a few early levels up and a bit of money, because there's going to be a little bit of backtracking. Now, this would have been a great opportunity for us to have a Chimera wing, but guess what I didn't have the money to afford. Now, he said the prince was heading towards Laurasia, which is our hometown. Maybe we can take a different route to connect between the 2 starter castles here. if I run into deadly monsters that one-shot me, I'll feel bad. Oh no, I know where we are. We're just gonna have to go to the poison swamp. Totally fine, guys. Yeah, this is right above our castle. Look, I still mostly remember the starting area. It's later in the game where I'm gonna get really lost, probably. Unless we can find a map in-game. That'd be so nice. Alright, is there any princes here? There's a dog. I guess we should at least rest up for slightly less money. Actually, we've got enough money, 400 gold. We can buy ourselves an upgrade at the next town. Pretty sure I'll buy the chain whip. Sometimes, relatively often, there is actually a chain whip you find in a treasure chest early on in these games. It's kind of what I was hoping for, but... Travelers who head to Larizia stop in etc., etc. Just walk in the grass, because the monsters live in the mountains. That's fair. Guards blocking my every step. Hey, have you seen my cousin? You've returned safely, Prince Blue. A short time ago, the Prince of Sumaltria came looking for you. But you were at Sumaltria, and he knew that you would be returning here. Blue, to reach the next level, 200 experience. Alright. So we missed him again. Oh wow, he's really happy about me killing Targon one day. And I am stronger. A fair bit stronger in just... Well, we've been playing about 40 minutes. We're already much stronger than slimes. Alright, let's head over to In-Between Town. Which is possibly where we'll find the prince. And we're just going to zip through these fights because it's already way too easy. This is where holy water would save us some encounters, but I still need lots of money anyway, really. Oh, good! Slimes run away from us now. That actually isn't too bad. Alright, what about this town? Lyriza. Any princes around here? We sure did. It's a pretty small town. What about this guy in the inn? He looks new. He's got a sword, right? I am Prince Rolando of Sumaltria. Oh, you are Prince Blue. I've been searching for you. Now then, let us join our power and fight together. So we're 10 plus 1. I mean, he's got to be worth at least 1 point, right? I just remember in the NES game he was practically useless. Alright, so we've got Rolando. He starts at level 1. How did he survive the cave of whatever that was at level 1 with, like, no stats at all? Oh, he gets healing magic. Did he? Yeah, I guess he must have always had healing magic. Maybe I mixed him and the princess up a little bit. I thought the princess did the healing. Maybe he was always the healer and she was the offensive mage. Anyway, healing magic's always good, so at least that's a plus. Now before we head towards Moonbrook, we're still going to need some level ups and some gear, because level 1 is not going to cut it. Sorry there, he'll be dead pretty easy. So we could get him a shield, get him some chainmail. If I get chainmail for myself, he can get my hand-me-down leather armor. Nah, I'm just gonna buy myself a chain whip. Yep. I'll tell you what. I'll sell my sword and buy him a shield. Yes, he probably could have equipped a sword. See, we could have given him 2 more damage, but no, we'll give him 1 more defense. So I think before we head towards Moonbrook's area, where the monsters will be stronger, I will definitely want to buy at least one chainmail for Blue, and then we can hand me down the leather armor to Rolando. And Rolando needs to get some level ups. And maybe I'll buy him, I don't know, a knife or something. I don't think he deserves a chain whip, because he does so much less damage spreading it out. Probably doesn't really matter much. It's just too expensive right now for the value. Oops. Alright. So if we can get 400 gold, 600 gold, I guess. Maybe. Well, my apologies if you can hear the helicopter outside. Okay, first battle with Rolando. He should get some early levels up pretty quickly, at least. And we do get to control him. That is the big difference between the NES version and the Super Nintendo version. Now, he doesn't really do much right now. Yeah, 1 damage doesn't really contribute. Also, I need to test out for sure if the Chain Whip works the way I think it does. So if I attack a double group, does that actually do anything? I think it just hits one enemy after all. They must not have added that to like Dragon Quest III or something. Eventually, boomerangs hit all enemies, and whips tend to hit an entire group at the very least. But, yeah. Doesn't look... No. Just single target. Alright, that's fine. It still does a lot more damage than the Copper Sword, so, you know. And Rolando. Good for him. No strength at all. And MP at least, I guess. Well, he's our healer for now, so that'll just have to do. Let's just speed through all this. I suppose it might be fair to go visit his father. So this is sort of where things get difficult. If we go through this passage to the south, that's where enemies start getting... Well, that's the way to Moonbrook anyway, and it gets scary. Babbles are what I was looking for. Although, that was not a good start. I'm just hoping... Yeah, I was hoping that I was strong enough to one-shot a Babble, basically. So you can start to see a little bit about how the targeting AI starts to work here. The targeting formula, whatever you want to call it. Basically, if the computer knows that I can one-shot an enemy, I will target an enemy with full HP. It targets the enemy that I can kill, that has the... Like I said before, it's like the lowest HP. Well, it's lowest HP if you can't kill it in one hit. If you can kill it in one hit, or if you can just select it manually, then it's a little different. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but... or I'm just doing a terrible job explaining it. Oh, look! Rolando... Oh, I thought he was going to get his first kill. But yeah, this will get us some good level ups down here fighting Babbles. Hey, 2 strength. Good job, buddy. And Fireball. Yeah, I thought he was more of an offensive caster than a healing caster. We'll see what spells he learns. That looks like it's going to be hurt, like single target. Like a blaze spell with kind of a weird name. Because Fireball was usually the group fire spell. Oh, we did not kill the one Babble. I guess they've got about 13 HP, so I can't always one-shot them. So there you go, Rolando probably got his first kill. I don't really want to go too much further west either. I'm just kind of exploring a little bit here, because there's so much good Babbles. Babbles seem to be our best experience, and fairly safe. I also haven't been poisoned by one yet, so... No, I'm not gonna, like, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it, but, like, maybe their odds of poisoning you aren't as high in this version. Because I'm pretty sure Babbles typically are known for being, like, the first enemy that reliably poisons you all the time. So how are we doing? We got 2 levels up on Rolando. How's our money? Status screen? Yeah, 140. Not enough for anything that I want. Ooh, King Cobras. They're probably poisonous too. Well, at least the Babble died. Ooh, these guys hit really hard. Alright, this could be a little bit of trouble. Well, Rolando has no defense, so they have to hit me for me to really say if they're strong. I mean, I like that. That's a good number. That's lots of XP. Look at those stats. Rolando continuing to be amazing. Oh well. That's what you get for being a spellcaster, I guess. I think it's time to start heading back to town. Oh look, they do poison. It just waited till I went on super speed. Alright, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's why I bought a couple antidote herbs. I'm gonna have to use a medical herb to get back to town here safely too, I think. I expect Blue could make it back just fine, but Rolando just doesn't have any defense. I think, and I'm gonna have to look it up between episodes, but I don't think Rolando is his proper name. I feel like it's just wrong. I mean, I'm sure we could get a couple more level ups over here anyway. It's just a matter of being able to heal through it. This is a good area. That's all I mean to say. Like, let me get another level up, like I was saying, right? Hey, I get a level up. Way better. Look at that 9 strength. Yeah. Just zip back to town here. I think Rolando will probably learn a spell to just teleport us around eventually. That'll be nice. Oh, really? He was that close? Look at that. 0 strength. Good job, Rolando. 2 HP. That's how to show the YouTubers how amazing you are. Well. So, his first adventure, I mean, not the worst, right? He got a couple levels up and didn't die. Made a profit of about 200 gold. So, he actually has a lot more MP than before. He had 6 before, now he's got 20. That's a lot more healing. We've, like, doubled his HP. His, attack power hasn't really changed. His defense is a little bit better. But it's not like me getting 9 strength on a level up, where now I'm, like, one-shotting pretty much everything in the early game. I don't think I can afford anything terribly valuable here for him. I mean, I could probably sell his club and buy a knife, but that doesn't really matter. Got his shield. The only real upgrade right now is the chainmail, which would reduce the damage I take by 1 or 2, and the damage he takes if I bought it for him by 2 points approximately. It's a lot of money for probably questionable value. I think what we'll do today is... Nah, you know what? His dad doesn't care. I'm not going to take him back and show him his father. We're gonna take a small travel attempt at getting to Moonbrook. I'm a little bit worried about Rolando, but with full MP, he's got, what is that? 20 divided by 3, that's like 6 castings of heal spell. He could use Fireball to deal damage, which is, you know, might be better than, like, in a big tough group where I need to kill stuff, you know. Have you gone to the monolith that is to the south of Laurasia? No. One of my friends is awaiting you. Do I really have to go all the way back? That was past the bridge to the south of my starting castle. I didn't want to go there. We'll save that for a little bit later. If we die terribly down here, then I'll know that I should have gone there first. This is certainly a new enemy. 10 damage. It dealt 7. To Rolando. Well, that's 2 turns to kill isn't too bad, and it gives you a lot of money. The remake is so much more generous. Okay, magicians probably cast Fireball or something. I'm gonna try to kill the Spectre. My hunch is that the magicians will be resistant to Fireball to some degree, so I didn't want to cast a Fireball on an enemy that was resistant to it. So this is good for experience, but I am very suspicious. I'm not sure we could handle very many of these battles. Because the Spectres are going to hit pretty hard against Rolando, I think. I mean, they do 3 or 4 damage to me. I guess they're not too bad. Spectres are okay. They're probably approximately Babel strength, with no poison, hopefully. It's really more those magicians with the fireball. Oh! Oh, good! That's where I wanted to go. So, focus magician down. Fireball spell will definitely do more damage than a normal attack. I guess we're okay here. I still don't think Rolando does enough damage that upgrading his weapon would really make any difference here. Plain clothes, that's probably worth like 10 gold or something. Alright, earn your keep. Keep me healed up. That's his job, basically. I'm not sure if being in the front row, or being in the first slot, really takes the majority of the hits in this game or not. Like, I can't remember if the enemies target your party members randomly or sort of focus on the lead character. I certainly hope they target the lead character, but I don't know. He already has leather armor. That'll teach me. The good news is that's actually worth... I think you sell for 75% in most Dragon Quest games, and you buy leather armor for 100 or 90 or something, so that's actually worth a lot of money. That was good. A nice drop. The armor centipede drops armor, which is actually kind of clever, I guess. Drop some more armor, please. They're actually really good for money, honestly. Like, 30 gold per fight. If this was Dragon Quest 1, we'd be a long way into the game before we got that on the... Or Dragon War, you know, like the NES version. I'm pretty sure you can assume that generally the enemies in the remake are dropping about twice as much gold and experience. I certainly haven't memorized the numbers. I feel like it's generally about twice as much. So grinding takes about half as long. Or even less because you level up faster, so... There's a bit of a... sort of a curve. You get through the difficult spots quicker. Alright, so here we are. Fighting Babbles again. Might be worth spending some MP just to avoid poison, because I only have 1 antidote herb. Or at least to reduce the risk of getting poisoned. Although maybe Rolando will learn the antidote spell at some point? I don't know. I wouldn't put much trust in him. I'm gonna test out my theory about these guys being strong or weak to magic. Not strong enough for it to really matter. Alright, Rolando, I expect level 6. Speed. 2 MP, and hey look, it's the antidote spell. And a stick! Yay! Yeah, his level ups have been pretty worthless so far. Okay, now I think there's a town somewhere around here. If we can just make it a little bit further, we'll be okay. Hey, look, a town! This is not Moonbrook, but this is our in-between town. Well, that wasn't too hard. I certainly remember on the Dragon Quest, like the Dragon Warrior 1 game, getting here was a lot more dangerous. Or maybe I just got lucky with the random encounters, but I know I had a hard time getting this far on the original. So, that was nice. We haven't really done any grinding. Well, no significant amount of grinding anyway. So, I mean, I did grind a little bit, to be fair, but we didn't spend very much time. Indeed, this world is becoming a treacherous place. The other day, there was an incident with a thief in the vicinity of Sumultria. Luckily, the criminal was caught. By now, he should be in the castle's jail. Well, we might have to go check out a thief later on. Try to remember all these important tidbits. Oh, is that you, Blue? Long ago, I was a servant in Laurasia. It's a dream to meet you in a place like this. Wink, wink. Welcome to the town of Moonpeda. Interesting. I heard that inside a tower somewhere, there is a cloak that lets you float through the sky. When you put on that cloak and jump from a high place, you can float for a short time. Don't forget what I told you. Yeah, that sounds kind of important. To the southwest is Moonbrook. Powerful monsters roam around Moonbrook, so beyond... We're probably not high enough level for that just yet. Close, though. Items. Another knife. Nothing else new. I'm not gonna buy him a knife. Ooh, expensive stuff. I like spears. You know, this guy can use spears. Maybe they gave him better weapon selection in the remake. So far, he can equip, well, up to a steel sword in weapons. And the steel sword is like, I don't know, man. In Dragon Quest I terms, this is already like the second or third strongest weapon in the game in terms of stats. Can't use steel armor or steel shields. Stuff here is very expensive, but I suppose I could buy a chainmail right now for 6 defense for one of them. But the steel armor is a far more substantial upgrade. Like, that's minus 5 damage approximately per hit. This is only minus 1 or 2. Or I could just hit harder. I like hitting harder. I might buy myself an iron spear with the plan, because if I buy the iron spear, I can hand me down the chain whip. And then when I buy a steel sword, I can hand me down the iron spear. Like, you might say, well, skip the iron spear and just save up for the sword for blue. But the incremental plus 5 damage, and then the ability to hand me down it later on, is probably okay. By the time Rolando gets an iron spear, he'll have a few more level ups. And maybe that'll be enough damage for him to help out a little bit. But right now, spending money on him just doesn't really matter. And then armor-wise, I feel like this is, like, I don't think the chainmail makes much difference. It's very minor. But the steel armor is probably the first, like, solid upgrade. And 1,000 gold isn't that bad. That's a far better use of money than the steel shield. That's, like, just for rich people right now. Okay, so we'll remember that. I want to buy, probably the lance next, I guess. The spear, that is. Hey, we can play the lottery. Let's play the lottery. No, we don't need rules. Raindrop, heart, heart. Oh, it's just a slot machine. What do you think the chances are of us winning? Oh, 2 hearts! I'm a winner. I'm the best. Blue is the best player in the game. 5th place prize, a medical herb. Ah, they get you with a medical herb. Oh, it's a sad dog that immediately joins you. Oh, that's interesting. I used to have one. But I spent it. Oh, good. I was going to actually deposit my lottery ticket for later, but we already found the lottery shop. Oh, I should really sell the junk armor I had. Right. I forgot about that. See how much money we made on just killing enemies and getting their loot. I do like it when enemies drop gear. Sometimes it's useful, but even just selling it off tends to be a good increase in value for fighting them, basically. You know, that's more money than I thought we'd get for clothes, so that's fine. Yeah, leather armor. I guess maybe it was like 180 or something originally. That's good. Actually, that means fighting those armor centipedes would probably be a pretty good value for trying to get money quick. Just for interest's sake, I've only got a chain whip. The chain whip would be... that'd be 629 plus 200, 829. I would be able to afford the iron spear if I sold this, but then I can't hand me down the chain whip to Rolando. But I really don't care about his attack power right now. So I think just upgrading blue and planning on handing down the spear later on will be fine. Because I'm pretty sure there's enemies around this town, or nearby at least, that are going to be a fair bit tankier than the previous enemies we're fighting. And that was not a huge attack buff, but, you know, a couple more damage per hit might be the difference I need here. Even in this place, you can record your journey on the Imperial Scrolls. I must say, it's quite convenient. Alright, 200 experience for me, 270 for Rolando. Might as well save, I suppose. And someone's knocking on the door, so I guess I'm going to take a break. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time.